I don't know a whole lot about martial arts. I hope to learn more about it. We have an excellent instructor who's going to tell you some things here shortly, and who will also invite you to join the program. It meets tonight, Tuesday nights here at Traverse City High School. Depending on what's going on in our school, they either meet in the MAP or the gym. So if you come down here, you're not going to not be able to find them. And every one of you are personally invited to join them this evening. These guys can help you along with Master Sifu. And it's just quite an opportunity. It's something that would cost you quite a bit of money on your own, and it is free here through our school. So hopefully you'll take advantage of that. So gentlemen, here you go. Let us know a little bit about martial arts, what you do, and what we can learn more about.
Sounds good. Can you guys hear me like this okay?
I don't really talk to us.
I really understand a word I'm saying, Kenny. So I'm just going to talk like this. I'm used to crowds and I have a big mouth. Just don't repeat that. My name is Master Sifu Jim Atkins. I've been a martial artist for 36 years. I've been teaching for 35 years. I'm an 8th degree black belt in American Kempo, which makes me one of only 3 in the nation that's been promoted to this rank by council. I don't self-promote. I work my butt off and I earn what I get, same as these guys. Name a few people that I teach that you might be familiar with. I have students in the FBI. I teach the Yavapai County SWAT team in the Sheriff's Department. And I also have a little brother who I raised who's teaching the Navy SEALs in San Diego what we do. So what we do is a real self-defense art. It's not a sport art, even though some of my students will go to tournaments and have a blast kicking butt, winning trophies and doing all kinds of fun stuff like that. That's not what it's about. When I started martial arts, I was on a path of destruction. Let me tell you just briefly about who I am and where I come from. My father died when I was 9. My mom was an over-the-counter drug addict. I was trouble. I was walking the streets early, and I was looking for, well, you know what I was looking for. Ran into a gentleman who turned my life around. His name is George Mawson. He was a black belt in Kempo. If you don't know anything about Kempo, Kempo comes from the Shaolin Temple. Anybody know what the Shaolin Temple is? Raise your hand if you've heard of Kung Fu in the Shaolin Temple. I am a disciple of the Shaolin Temple in Hunan, so that makes me a trial wannabe, gonna-be monk, if you can believe that. So I teach Shaolin Kung Fu and I teach Kempo Karate. I also teach ninjutsu. I'm one of only probably 6 ninja in the entire state of Michigan who are certified through the head instructor. So if you know what a ninja is, you're looking at a real life ninja. Okay? These are some of the things that I'm going to offer your school. I don't just teach anywhere. I want you to know when I came here, I talked to the students, and I was offered to put, to do this after school program for you, and I talked to the students, and why did you choose this school? Why are you here? Do you live in the district? Were you forced to come here? What's up? And the number one answer I got was the teachers. Is that true?
Yeah. Very true.
That's why I'm here. What I do, not to put a number on it, but it's expensive. It's going to cost you 1 day a week. It's going to cost you 1 hour through that whole day. You're going to sweat, you're going to stretch, you might even get bruised. Did you guys bleed a little bit? No, I'll work harder next time. So it's going to cost you a little bit. But what you're going to get out of it is extremely important. I'm going to give these guys a mic real quick, and then I'm going to hit them if that's okay with you.
Sorry, I'm bad.
Who first?
DJ!
Let's talk about this. Tell them why you took the class, what you got out of it.
Well, I took this class because I I did like some Taekwondo and stuff when I was a lot younger, but I never really had time for it in my schedule. So, this is an opportunity to get back into like martial arts and stuff again. And at the same time, what? It's not like I have a whole lot better to do after school, so.
That made it interesting, didn't it? Anybody else to do? Might as well be there. Thank you. Thanks, Kyle. Mr. Babcock.
All right, as you already know from me being here, that I've been cage fighting for about 4 years now. So I transitioned to ninjutsu to test it out due to how it's a pure martial art, not a cage fighting sport. And I found it out to be actually very amazing. It was way different from cage fighting experience. Some of the moves actually are not permitted within the cage due to the fact that they could kill you or break a bone. My bad. Or severely injure someone, basically, more than any cage fighting move could do. So I found it very interesting there, and I've continued since then. And so I'd highly recommend it to anyone that's into such sports as this.
Thanks, Mike. Just tell them what you like about it. What do you like about it? Talk to turn it and tell me on the microphone what you like about it.
He says he likes all the beautiful women that come to class. He's really into the sticks. He likes doing the staff dives and some of the weapons, and I'm going to let him do that in a second. So, all
right, I want to give you a little lawyer disclaimer here real quick. Don't try this at home. Don't try it on your friends, your parents. Don't walk up, kick your dad in the webs, anything like that. And what he said about killing people, I don't advocate hurting people. What I do is not about hurting people. You can't hurt me. There's other people out there like that. My self-defense, though, is 100% guaranteed to work no matter what. You can get a punch or a grab, and whenever it happens.
Oh, shit.
I can hit a person 22 times in 1 second. Are they going to feel it all? Not till tomorrow. But I can move them where I want. Anybody ever play chess or a game of pool? You position your opponent where they have the least advantage in the game. That's the same thing with self-defense. So what we're going to do now, you guys want to start with the stats? Okay, go ahead and grab stats. Martial arts is not just about kicking and punching. The forms or the dances that you see people do are a way to express yourself. They're a way to learn transition and smooth movements, coordination skills, and then learning about the weapon. This is just one basic form. Now remember, these guys only had 8 weeks to learn all this stuff, and I blasted them with a lot of information. They're going to show you some of their favorites. Let's see if they can remember this. You see that, Louis? All right, so this is a basic form. Step up, bring your hands up. Bring your hand to the bottom, step up. Right, hold, walk, turn, spin. Go to your right arm, go to your left arm, go to your right arm, go to your head, down to the floor. Hold, walk. A lot of those moves put together don't look like much, but if you watch, some of this fancy twirling and stuff, you guys want to show me your favorite moves against each other? Who remembers this move? I watched you practice it earlier. It's like there's your self-defense move. You got the little figure 8, you got 4 strikes, and very good. Moving the block, what did you do? Ready for block? Also taught us some basic blocks. So I'm going to get this guy in the head. Learn how to defend yourself with a mistake. Notice he didn't do anything fancy, he just stopped me from hitting. That's what he needs to do. Right, you remember anything fun? Okay, show me that. Pretty cool. Nice job. Give him a round of applause. You remember this sword, right? I only brought 3, so we're going to do 3 of these. Now this is a broadsword. It's flimsy because in Chinese wushu, judges look for power, and it's hard to see power, but they can hear it. If this thing pops when you move it, it shows that you have power. So when you stab, pop or you cut, and it pops, they know that you have power. So one of the basics that they learn is how to block and control the sword so that it passes over your head. Cut.
Oh, there you go.
Back out. Cut. Go. Go. Cut. Good. So you'll learn a sword form this time. We're going to take, instead of the sticks, we're actually going to use the sword form. Cut. Good job. It's all about coordination. If you watch it from the side, it actually passes by his head and his nose really close. So it's all about learning to control. Nice. Hey. All right, your turn to show off, guys. What's your favorite technique that you learned? Remember I said this, I teach this to the SWAT team.